a nationwide manhunt with a $50,000 reward attached. Police in Minnesota are scouring a rural area where the shooting suspect's belongings were found. SWAT teams have been mobilized to find the man who shot dead one state lawmaker and her husband and seriously injured another and his wife. And as you can see, McGee is here with the very latest on this investigation. McGee.
And this is quite an investigation, Katie. Officials say they found the cowboy hat and the car owned by the suspect, but they are still asking the really tough question: why did he pull the trigger in what is being called a political assassination? It's now a nationwide manhunt for suspect Vance Bolter after State Representative Melissa Hortman, the top Democrat in the Minnesota House, and her husband was shot dead in what Governor Tim Walz called an apparent politically motivated assassination. More than 400 tips from the public have been helping in the search for the latex mask-wearing gunman who posed as a police officer. Bolter also allegedly shot Democratic State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Both survived the attack and are recovering after surgery, according to Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar.
They are hanging in there. His wife was out of surgery first, and she's actually texted some of our mutual friends, and he may face some additional surgeries, but he is also in stable condition right now.
At an evening news conference, law enforcement officials said they located Bolter's black Buick and his cowboy hat was found nearby, about an hour southwest of the shootings. The suspect had no King's flyers in his car, and a notebook mentioned the names of the victims, as well as other prominent lawmakers who have been outspoken in favor of abortion rights. Law enforcement officials asked the public not to speculate on what the motive for the shooting was, but they say they believe the gunman is still alive.
We met with his family, not just his wife, but other family members, to really understand what's going on, and that's part of that, and that will help us complete the investigation.
Bolter is a former political appointee who served on the same state workforce development board as the wounded Hoffman, but it's not clear if they knew each other. The shootings happened at a time when political leaders nationwide have been attacked, harassed, and intimidated amid the deep political divisions.
This is more than a regional tragedy. It's part of a troubling pattern, a wave of political violence that threatens the very foundation of this republic.
And Senator Schumer hopes to meet with federal officials in Washington tomorrow to see how security can be tightened for politicians. Meanwhile, the adult children, she has two of them, of Melissa Hortman and her husband, they are newly orphaned on this Father's Day weekend. Such a tragedy. Back to you, Katie.
So sad, McGee. And also, as I understand it, this guy escaped at least partially on foot, and yet he's managed to elude capture going on now 3 days.
Yes, and what's amazing is that when the state senator was injured, then police went to Melissa Hortman's house. He was coming out of the house, and he ran back into the house, and then maybe he exited, but law enforcement saw him right there. And,
wow.
You know, he was dressed as a police officer, so they didn't quite understand who's this person running back in, and they hadn't found the bodies yet. Oh, such a tragedy.
It is so sad. McGee, thank you very much.